Jack the Ripper, the mystery that terrified London. In the autumn of 1888, a shadow fell over the fog-soaked streets of London. A mysterious figure stalked the narrow alleys of Whitechapel, a man whose name would echo through history. His name was Jack the Ripper, a killer who left behind terror, blood, and endless questions. Who was he? Why did he choose his victims? And how did he vanish without a trace? Whitechapel, London's East End, a place few dared to walk after dark. Crumbling buildings leaned over filthy cobblestone alleys. The air was thick with smoke, gin, and despair. Thousands lived crammed into tiny rooms, fighting hunger and hopelessness. For many women, the streets became their only means of survival. It was a world forgotten by the rich and ignored by the law. But in 1888, something darker began to haunt those very streets. Something colder than poverty. Something human, yet monstrous. It began on the morning of August 31st. The body of Mary Ann Nichols was found on Bucks Row, her throat cut, her body mutilated. Police officers, lanterns in hand, gathered around the horror. Whispers spread through the streets. A madman was loose. Just 1 week later, another woman, Annie Chapman, was discovered in a backyard on Hanbury Street. Her injuries were far more brutal. Whoever had done this wasn't just killing. He was experimenting, studying, as if driven by a dark medical curiosity. The press exploded. Ghastly murder in Whitechapel, screamed the headlines. Fear spread faster than the fog. And the killer, whoever he was, seemed to be watching. Then came the night of September 30th. The city would remember it forever as the double event. Stride was found first, her throat cut, her attack hurried, as if interrupted. But only 45 minutes later, another woman, Catherine Eddowes, was found nearby, her body horribly mutilated. This time, the killer had taken his time. He had vanished moments before the police arrived. The same night, a piece of Eddowes' apron was found beneath a wall smeared with strange writing. It read, "The Jews are the men that will not be blamed for nothing." What did it mean? Was it a clue or a cruel distraction? Then, on November 9th, came the final horror, Mary Jane Kelly. She was found inside her tiny room in Miller's Court. What the police discovered there was beyond imagination. Her body mutilated beyond recognition. It was the Ripper's masterpiece of madness. And after that night, he was never seen again. But his shadow remained. As the murders unfolded, the police began to receive letters, mocking, taunting, written in red ink. One began with the words, "From hell." Inside the envelope was half of a human kidney, said to belong to Catherine Eddowes. The letter ended with a single name, Jack the Ripper. It was the first time the world saw that name, and it would never forget it. Some say the letters were hoaxes, written by journalists hungry for headlines. But others believe they came from the killer himself, a man laughing at the chaos he created. The investigation that followed was one of the largest in London's history. Hundreds were questioned. Dozens of detectives scoured the alleys day and night. But the Ripper always stayed one step ahead. The fog, the crowds, and the chaos of the East End became his perfect disguise. Over time, a long list of suspects emerged. Some pointed to Montague John Druitt, a barrister and schoolteacher who took his own life shortly after the last murder. Others believed in Aaron Kosminski, a Polish barber known for violent behavior and a deep hatred of women. Modern DNA tests have hinted at his guilt, but the evidence remains debated. Then there was Walter Sickert, the painter whose disturbing artwork seemed to hide secrets from the crime scenes. Some believe he was obsessed with the murders. Others think he lived a double life, the artist by day, the killer by night. And there were even whispers of a royal conspiracy. That Prince Albert Victor, grandson of Queen Victoria, was involved, protected by the crown itself. Historians still argue over these theories, but none can prove the truth. The Ripper case revealed something more terrifying than one man's cruelty. It exposed the failures of Victorian society, a city that let its poorest citizens vanish in the dark. The women Jack the Ripper killed were not just names in a file. They were real people: Mary Ann Nichols, Annie Chapman, Elizabeth Stride, Catherine Eddowes, Mary Jane Kelly, 5 women whose lives were cut short and whose stories deserve to be remembered. For over a century, investigators, historians, and even amateur sleuths have searched for answers. Books, films, and endless theories have kept the Ripper alive in the public imagination. Every few years, a new claim emerges: a confession, a diary, a DNA match, only to fade under doubt. Perhaps that's what makes the story eternal. It isn't just about the killer, it's about the mystery. Jack the Ripper is more than a man. He's an idea, the embodiment of fear itself. A reminder that evil can hide in plain sight. That even in the heart of a great city, darkness can walk beside you, unnoticed. And maybe that's why we still whisper his name today. Jack the Ripper may have vanished into the London fog, but his legend will never die.